be live in like a couple minutes, couple seconds, sorry. All right, we're here.
Yeah, Coinbase shows 47 as well.
Okay, so that means it's pulling back. All right.
Well, it's actually a little bit higher. It's 47,785. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I guess it's all over the place. Either way, we just hope that it's going up.
Definitely.
Yep. We need it to go up. All right. So we are live now. Well, come to our YouTube channel, Founding Players YouTube. Today, we're gonna speak a lot about support, just having support in whatever it is that you're doing and how good support actually feels. But before we get into that, we're gonna let Alan, speak a little bit about his week that he's had or his past few weeks, that he had on the stock market, how things have been going, and what he foresee going forward. So, Alan, the floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so basically, me and Savon, we constantly stay in communication, even after a few weeks of missing the show due to issues going on at my house as far as repairs are concerned. But as far as the market, I've primarily been focusing on Bitcoin, crypto mining companies. I've been doing swing trades, basically, not on all plays, obviously, because I have some long-term plays. Let me just go through some of the plays that we're actually watching and buying options on. Bear with me. One of the plays that I spoke to Savon about was SPRT, which is basically a customer service type stock for anything crypto. That stock is pretty good. SOS, which is a crypto mining company. What else we have? HUT, Hut 8 Mining. CAN, Canon, which is also a crypto mining company. I've been buying that. I actually have an option contract due to expire this week on that play. What else we have? That's pretty much it, what I've been doing as far as stocks are concerned. And OCGN, I know we're talking about crypto, but OCGN, I've definitely been buying up that play on the dips. That's basically a vaccine and eye therapy stock. They're developing a vaccine for COVID. They're trying to roll it out here in the US. Haven't gotten approval yet, but I'm holding on and buying more at the dips. And as far as coins, I've been buying Cardano ADA. I'm very bullish on that. They're supposed to be releasing an update in this coming week. The target price the analysts have on Cardano ADA is $8, but we all know how the analysts work. It's more likely going to go above that. So I've been buying a lot of ADA lately. There's also Cardano, Polygon. What else? And I haven't bought this coin, but it's called Axie Infinity. But what I do like about the Axie Infinity coin, I discussed it with one of the neighbors. When I did a chart review on this coin, it went from 20 cents to now Axie Infinity. I have to double check, but I checked it the other day. It's $68. What I like about Axie Infinity coin it's not only a cryptocurrency, it's also an NFT play. So I know Anna is normally on the calls and she loves Roblox. This company is basically doing what I thought Roblox would do already, which I'm not sure if they got into NFTs yet. But the Axie Infinity coin basically allows users to buy coins and play in the game, basically the mobile game, and earn more coins and create NFTs. So it's a pretty good idea. I haven't bought any of that coin yet, but again, that's a coin I've actually on my watch list.
All right. Not to cut you off. What's the symbol for Axie Infinity?
Let me get you the symbol. And from what I know, as far as platforms here, I'm in Florida. I don't know about anyone who's located in New York or whatever your restriction in your states are, but that coin is available on crypto.com and app. And let me get you the coin symbol. Bear with me here.
All right, I see it. AXS.
AXS. Yep. Yeah, you got it. Axie Infinity, AXS. It's currently $69.42 right now. But if we do a chart at the beginning of the year, let me do a 6-month chart on this coin. So, bear with me here. Okay, this chart is only allowing me to go back so far. But just to give you guys an example, on February 16th, this coin was $1.88. And now it's almost $70.
Okay. So let's speak on that a little bit. This coin was $1 in February of 2021, right?
Correct.
All right,
Correct.
let me put that in the chat. $1 February now is $69. Okay. 69. All right, so I'll put that in the chat. So I want to elaborate on that price jump for a few minutes. Cardia, you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you could also understand this, Cardia, that, okay, let's use Bitcoin as example, that Bitcoin was once $1 as well. And look at Bitcoin now, that's a huge difference from it coming out years ago and being $1 to where it's at now, which is heading towards 48,000 or 49,000. That is a humongous jump, you know. So in this time where we're seeing AXS, Axie Infinity, go from $1 that Alan mentioned to $69, that's a huge jump. And if you have a good amount of investment in that, that's overnight success from February to now. Not really overnight, but I'm saying within the year. You know, these opportunities are out there if you're doing your research and understanding what these coins actually do. So again, Alan, if you could explain what this coin actually do. You said it before, but I want to state the importance of understanding what the use case of these coins. You know, you might want to take a look at the use case, what it does. And we're not financial advisors, but you know, you do your own homework and you can figure out where your money should probably go. So go ahead, Alan, and explain to us again what it does.
It's basically a blockchain-based trading and battling game. And it's basically like a community token because it's partially owned and operated by its players. So it's a game that's inspired by games like Pokemon, Tamagotchi. It's not just a game for kids, you know, adults like that stuff too. And the reason the coin is growing is because it's not just a simple game. You know, they have to grow to different levels. They breed different players. They use the coins to upgrade they have different characters within the game called axes, and they use the money that they earn through the game to upgrade their axes. And if I'm not mistaken, I read, and you know this coin as well, Decentraland.
Yes.
You recall that coin, right? So I believe in this game, they're trying to integrate something similar to Decentraland, where you can actually buy land on the coin. That's basically a new up and coming thing called virtual real estate, right? People are spending a lot of money. And what I like about this coin, as I mentioned before, it's not only a cryptocurrency, it's also an NFT play. And if you guys been reading, looking around social media, I mentioned it to Savon many times. I said, look on your favorite NBA players page, Instagram page. Give you a perfect example, Damian Lillard. You'll see nothing but NFTs all over his page, right? So NFT is the next big thing. And when you combine that with cryptocurrency, I mean, this coin, I can see it going, you know, really crazy. Because if you have a coin, if you have a game like Roblox that could IPO, right? And Roblox has nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but now you have a game doing what I thought Roblox would do. I mean, this coin definitely has a lot of opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, definitely. And to kind of jump and stay on task of what you're talking about with this coin, I'm gonna bring one up. I believe it's called Rarible, but let me find it first. Not sure if you heard of it, but let me get that up first. Because I have that one. You heard of it?
Yes, I heard of it.
All right. So basically I learned about that coin from Hector, you know, who's part of our team. And tell me if I'm wrong, it has to do with music. And based off of the fact that you just mentioned that Axie Infinity was $1, I believe Rarible, if it has anything to do with music and NFTs as well, this could also be a big jump. Because currently it's up 33%, you know, so that's a jump already. It's at 25.91 right now, you know, and it could even make an even bigger jump, you know. So again, if we're doing our research and understanding the use case of these coins, we stand a good chance of making correct decisions in what we're investing in, you know, and turning over good profits, you know, as long as we're doing our research. You know, so just wanted to put that out there, but I'll also put it in here, Rarible. If you wanted to speak a little bit on Rarible and what you know, you can go ahead, Al.
Well, Rarible, I'll be honest, I haven't fully researched that coin. I've heard of it, but I haven't really researched it as of yet. That's one coin I have been looking at, and also another coin that's similar is called Audius, AUDIO. That's the name of the coin. Well, the ticker for the coin is AUDIO, but the name of the coin is Audius.
Okay.
So that's a coin that's similar. That's basically a coin that runs basically on a decentralized music sharing and streaming protocol. And it facilitates direct transactions between listeners and creators. So that's a coin that I'm really looking at. Right now, it's only $1.62. Because I feel like that coin there can be integrated into the music business we have now. Because what's one of the biggest issues that artists have? Owning their music, constantly making money off their music.
Okay. Anything else you want to touch on?
No, those are pretty much the coins I wanted to touch on. The Cardano, the Axie, that's pretty much it. And of course, you know, the other coins I have, Dogecoin, we're watching that. That's been on an uptrend lately.
Definitely, it's looking pretty good right now.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, that's pretty much all the coins I wanted to talk about.
Give me a second. All right. I don't know how much you know about EOS, but again, we got to do our research with these coins that we're sharing on our channel. But I've been watching EOS and I myself need to do a little bit more research on EOS. But one thing I've been paying attention with EOS is it'll go up and it'll come down just like any other crypto. But what I pay attention to is it it'll go up and it'll come down to a certain amount and it'll stay at that certain amount for a while, so it won't break a certain level, and you guys can do your research and pay attention to EOS. But EOS is one coin that I'm paying attention to where I feel like you could double and triple your money, your investment. But again, we're not financial advisors. We're just sharing this information, and please invest at your own risk, because again, we're not financial advisors. So, how much do you know about EOS, Alan?
To be honest, I haven't researched EOS as of yet.
Okay. All right. So if you could research EOS, that way you can have a good understanding of it as well, you know, and I'll do the same. That way, next time we come on, we can have some information to give out the same way you just gave out the information for Axie Infinity, and the use case for that. So I need to get a better understanding of the use case of EOS so I can come back on or you can come back on and we both can explain what it does, because it seems to be a coin that's moving very well. All right. Whatever EOS does, we need to figure it out because the movement of it seems pretty good. Seems like it's something to definitely invest in.
Well, I'll take a look at it now while you're talking.
All right. So while I'm talking, if you can find some information on that, we're gonna flip over a little bit to Cardia. She's been on, and we're gonna flip the support. So I'll come off. I've been writing a lot in the chat, but I'm gonna come off the chat and go back to video. All right. So Miss Cardia, you've been
Yeah.
patiently listening. Do you fully, well, I won't say fully, you understand what we're talking about so far when we're talking about these coins, these cryptocurrencies? Do you understand what we're talking about?
Yes, I understand a little bit. Yes.
Okay. So you you have an idea where the world is going?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because this is all new to you, I'm sure, right? Like, well, when was the first time you actually heard about cryptocurrency or this opportunity that we're talking about on here? When was the first time you actually heard about this?
Well, I heard about I think Bitcoin and crypto, I think probably about 5 years ago. I have a friend that lives overseas. He always talks about it. And even at one point was trying to get me to invest in it. But at that time, I was like, nah, wasn't interested. And then he was saying to put a certain amount in it, because it was at this amount. So to start it off would be good. And I was like, Nah, that's a lot of money, and stuff. So, but that was 5 years ago. But like now, I keep hearing about it a lot more, and has you Savon showed me, because you always show me, the ups and down, when it go up or it go down, or you keep watching it. So I just said it's definitely something to pay attention to and to watch, because sometimes when we see it go low, I'm like, okay, then it low today. And then by a couple hours time, you show me again and say, this is what it is right now. And when you really look at the returns from where it's coming from and how much money you put in there, then you see the difference. It's just a matter of, as I said, being patient and doing your research and just keep watching out for it, because every day, every second it change. So
Mhm.
you have to just know what you're going for and what you want for your future. And if it's something that you can invest in, where you don't have to be pulling out every minute, and you can just let it grow, because it I go drop sometimes, I go drop sometimes. Sometimes it might drop away where you say, no man, I forgot to take out my money now, because
Mhm.
it a drop too much. But sometimes it's good to just ride the storm out, and
Yeah.
just keep watching it. And because looking at the better future, like probably 5 years down the line, probably that's all we have to work with.
Yep.
So then probably done with money, dash to everything and say, listen, everybody I go Bitcoin and this now. So, all the other investing option right now, I think people are trying to do more investing right now. I think so. So there's a lot of different options. You don't have to necessarily get these, but there's a lot of other things you can invest in, for a long term or short term, depends on what your goals are. Um, I really think it's something that people should look you know, in terms of where they see themselves 5, 10 years from now, especially if they have a family. So outside of, spending waste money, because people waste a lot of money, and stuff that doesn't make sense. If you can take $1 or $3 and just invest in something, I'm sure you won't mind losing $3. Not saying that you're losing it, but for a good cost of investing. Sometimes you can just say, all right, you make up your mind, you can put on $5 on something and just let it sit and grow, versus you buying something on the road that you don't need. Like, I'm here in Jamaica, and sometimes I see people go out and go parties, and them and them friend go out, and when you look, them a buy NSC, them a buy what call it, Merlot, them a buy Moscato, whatever I-N drink there is. When you look, them bill come up to much thousand, some 30,000, some 40, 50,000. And then by tomorrow come, them have a bill, them have responsibilities, and them don't know where them get the money from, because they're following other people, or them going with the hype or the excitement. But you have to look at the bigger picture now. This time, especially in this pandemic time, you don't really have the time to be wasting money on things that's not necessary. You have to look at the brighter picture. You have to, unless you have it like that. But for those who don't have it like that, who want to see down the future, them and have them dream home, them dream car, them kids going after college, stuff like that, then you have to make the steps in, starting that future. So back to the investing and the bitcoins and the other names, can't remember them right now, so forgive me. But I think it's a good idea. And as you said, Savan, you're no financial advisor. You just, giving your input to persons who are listening. And if they want, they can also do their own research, not take your word just for it. So they can look into it
Mhm.
for themselves and, to see what they want. It takes nothing to invest in something. If you leave a dollar, it won't cost you anything. Just just to try it and to see where it takes you. But yeah, it's a good idea. I would love to do that one day with the help of my husband. Yes. So I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to that. That's what I say.
Well, that was well said. And from someone who doesn't have the experience of investing in cryptocurrency, you understand, the change that's happening, based off of what you just said, and you have an open mind to what's happening, which is amazing, that you see it that way, the way that you just explained it. So I'm definitely proud that you understand what's going on, and we would like to help other people to understand it the same way. But we know that we can't help everyone. We can only help those who take to what's happening and do their research and believe in what they're doing. We have some keywords here: trust, faith, belief, patience, listening, having a good understanding, and just really paying attention, to what's happening around you and hearing other people out as well. And most important, growth. So you pretty much touched on all those, words that I just said. So you have the belief, but we'll speak on the faith, you know, give Alan an opportunity to speak if he found any information.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I did not lose reception. As far as the EOS cryptocurrency, it's basically designed to support large-scale applications. And it has no fees to send or receive EOS. Instead, the protocol rewards entities that run the network periodically with new EOS. So any companies that use this, I guess, use their application or service to transfer and do transactions, they earn more EOS. And it says it effectively substitutes inflation for transaction fees.
Okay. So it's not a cryptocurrency, which I mentioned.
Oh, it is a cryptocurrency. It's a cryptocurrency designed to support large-scale applications.
Okay, putting that.
But it's inflationary from what it sounds like, because any companies that use it, they don't earn money. They earn, from what it sounds like, they earn more EOS.
All right. So you say it's a cryptocurrency to prevent what?
It's a cryptocurrency that substitutes inflation for transaction fees.
That substitutes
inflation for transaction fees.
Got it. Okay.
I'll also go to their website and review that just in case.
I'll put that. Do you know what their website is? Or once you type it, I'm sure it'll come up.
No, I'm on the website because I'm reviewing it on Coinbase, the Coinbase app, and the website is also under the coin.
Yeah, no, I know you're on the website. I was saying if you know the address so I can put it in here. What's the address?
Give me 1 second, let me see.
www.eos.com.
Let me open it up in Chrome and see what, because the website it shows me is eos.io.
eos.io.
Correct.
Yeah, I think a lot of these, you know what? That's the next thing I think we need to speak on. We need to invest in .io. We need to buy up some of those IO, what do you call it, address. .io, look into that. Look into buying .io. So instead of .com, it's gonna be .io. Okay. All right. So you're reading. Want me to jump back to cardio while you're reading?
Yes.
Okay. Coming back to you, cardio. If you don't mind unmuting for me, please.
Sorry.
All right. So first thing I want to speak on, and we try to be pretty quick through these, that way when Alan's ready, give him back the floor. All right. So first thing I want to talk about, support. I know support goes a long way for me, and I know it goes a long way for you as well. Since I met you, I know you've always been person of a person that work hard and definitely support yourself. But in life, we all would love to have that person that is very, very supportive to whatever it is that we're doing, you know, and you may be used to doing a lot, on your own, but and you may have been hoping and praying that you will have that person that will give you the support, that you would love to have, but you're still an independent person that likes to go about things your way because that's what you're used to and because you can trust and believe in yourself. So there goes some of the words that I mentioned, trust and believe, you know, I know you trust and believe in yourself, but anytime that you can get someone to trust and believe in you the same way you trust and believe in yourself is is a wonderful thing to have in your life, because you can accomplish a lot more whenever someone feels the way that you feel, and it just really goes a long way. So with that being said, it plays out in investing as well, because let's just say, we are a family, we have sons, and if we are teaching our kids about, growing up, we want to definitely show them how to invest in their future, no matter the age that they are, whether we're going to do it for them and when they become of age to understand, what we're teaching them and what we have been doing for them is going to definitely be beneficial to them, so faith, support, and belief in what you're doing is so important, because if you believe as parents, your kids are definitely going to believe because they see the belief in you. And once they see the belief, they're going to trust you as parent, so once they begin to get older, they're going to start to do things the way that they see their parents have been doing it. And yes, they can definitely grow into their mind can definitely help them to choose what they want to do in life. But as parent, we can help them make their choices a lot easier to choose, and I wanted to say that because it's so important that we understand that when you're looking out for your future, you also have to understand that things change, you know, things don't stay the same. So if you look back at Bitcoin, just to use Bitcoin as example, Bitcoin, when the person told you about it, that lives overseas, at that time, Bitcoin might have been 20,000, if I can remember correctly, because you mentioned 5, 6 years ago. Around that time, Bitcoin was probably 20,000, and Bitcoin took a very steep fall, so it went up pretty high from the dollar range, and it hit 20,000. And I'm not sure the exact number that it hit, but I know it was once at 20,000 a couple of years ago. And that might have been the time that you were told about it. It was still a little bit expensive to invest in at that time, even 6 years ago. But nobody was talking about it years later. We're in 2021 right now. And up until 2020, no one was really talking about Bitcoin. So it was pretty much flying under the radar, even though it had went up to the 20,000 range, around the time that the person might have told you. It took a really big dip. But again, like I said, nobody was really talking about that. But what we have to do as humans is pay attention to what's coming, what's happening in the world, and invest in it. Whether you believe or not, you should research and get a better understanding of what's to come. And that's where, you know, patience come in, as well as listening and being supportive to someone's viewpoint. Like if you said to me something about Bitcoin and I'm not willing to hear you because I just don't believe or trust what you're saying because you're saying it and you don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes we can't discredit people. Not saying we do, but I'm saying it just because people do discredit others because we don't believe, because maybe the dollar, we're so used to it, or whatever it is that we're used to doing, we believe in that. That way, when someone come with an idea or something that's been happening under our nose, we don't want to adopt to it because we're so used to the past. You know, use masks, for instance. When they started telling us to wear masks because of COVID, majority of people did not want to wear the mask. But now mask has become kind of like a style for people. Now you see people taking pictures with masks and as if it's fashion now, you know, but there was a drawback before people started wearing masks. You know, even myself, I have a breathing problem. I don't like anything over my nose, and that was a problem. But after getting used to it and putting it over my nose, even though I don't like it, I was able to adjust to it. You know, so I kind of equal that to invest in something that you might not used to, you might not believe, but you may have to grow that faith and begin to believe, you know, and that's where support comes in. So, and I say all these things because if I come to you with an idea and you've never heard it before, but you heard it from me first, you still going to be supportive even though you know nothing of what I'm speaking on. And that's important. And vice versa, if you come to me with an idea and I know nothing of what you're speaking of, I'm not going to discredit what you're saying. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt to explain to me what it is that you know about that I don't know about. And how can I get an understanding of what you're talking about? You know, and I think that's so important to not discredit people when they come to you, you know, whether it's a husband and wife, a friend, or wherever you may get your information from. You have to give an opportunity, you know, because for that person to explain it, because you never know. You never know. You know, it'll be like being in classroom and a shy person wants to ask a question and they don't want to put their hand up to ask it because they think their question might be stupid and maybe the class will laugh. So a lot of people will keep their hand down and not put it up and ask that question. They don't want to look stupid in case that their answer is stupid. I mean, their question is stupid. But is that a good way to go about something that you want to really know? No, it's not. You know, sometimes you have to look stupid in order to get your answer. You know, so the thing that I said that's great about you is no matter how whatever idea I might bring to you might seem stupid, I don't think you'll say that's a stupid idea, you know? And by you doing that, vice versa, if I wanted to tell you that your idea is stupid, I probably couldn't do it because you didn't tell me mine was stupid. And that's where support comes in. You know, we learn from each other. I might want to tell you your idea is stupid, but why won't I do that? Because I understand that no matter what I tell you, whether it's stupid or not, you're not going to kill my dream. You know, so vice versa, I want to pay that back. And just giving the example because a lot of people out there invest and sometimes they don't believe in what's happening. but just do the research. If you see majority people is doing it now, something is happening, and you just have to figure out what it is that's happening. Trust, your research. Don't shun whatever is happening. Don't, I listen to this guy all the time where he said, don't wait till it happens. Don't wait till this big change that's happening change and come to fruition, and then you missed out. Take your time and, research. Take your time and research. Anyway, Alan, you ready?
Yeah, I don't have too much information on it, but from what I can see or from what I've read, because it's a lot of information, it seems to be a platform that's mainly for developers or companies that want to develop an app, just like companies that are developing on the Ethereum blockchain. So basically, it's not a coin per se. It looks like a actual blockchain that developers can use to develop apps and smart contracts. So if I'm Western Union, for example, and I want to reduce my fees and go through, say, EOS and have an app developed using their system, basically that's what it appears to be. They actually offer free courses for only until September, from what I could see on their website. Free courses for developers who want to practice developing apps on their blockchain.
Okay, so it's like I was saying, it's not a coin.
Yeah, it's not a coin. It's not a coin, but it's, for some reason, it's they have it listed as a cryptocurrency. But just like, I guess Ethereum is not a coin either. So, but you can buy it as a coin, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, again, all we have to do is do our research and, invest where you believe that you can make a difference in your bank account. All right, so Alan, any changes, over the last month for you, when it comes to investing? Have you put in a lot when the market went down, or you didn't put in much? Just, what have you done? Share with us.
I've basically been doing the same thing that I have done with cryptocurrency. I've been doing it with stocks, and that's one of the mistakes I've done in the beginning. I'll buy a stock, say a stock that IPO'd. Let me give a perfect example. Lucid Motors. Recently they finalized a merger a few weeks ago, but I bought them when they were a SPAC, which is a special purpose acquisition company. That's when they were pre-merger, right? So they didn't IPO; they went to a SPAC. So one of the mistakes I've made was when I heard all this hype about the company, I bought it, but I bought it high. I bought it at $45 a share. Guess what happened? The minute they merged with the SPAC or made the rumor true, rather, and the news came out, the stock started to drop. That's why the mistake I made was I was supposed to, what they say, buy the rumor. When I heard the rumor that they may merge with a SPAC, I should have bought it because it was $14. But because of a little fear, I waited till the merger actually happened. And then by that time, it went up to $45. I thought it was going to go higher. So I've been kind of stuck in that stock. I do believe in it. But one thing I changed as far as my strategy, I've been buying it at basically dollar cost averaging. As it dips, I put some money in, because you're always going to be down waiting for it to come up to $45. It's best you buy it when it's down. Not even if you missed out previously. If you bought it at a higher price, the only way you're going to get some type of profit or get in the profit zone per se is to start buying the dips. So that's the difference I've been making. I've been buying some of the stocks I bought high. I'm starting to buy them low now, because you have to make the investment. Another one is Tattoo Chef, which is a vegan-based company. That stock's been being beat up. I bought it at $25 a share. I mean, it had dropped as low as $15, $18. Right now, I believe it's about $18. But that stock I'm really bullish on. I believe in, because that company's growing. Right now, they're only based in the freezer aisle. You can find them in Walmart. You can find them in Target. I believe they just signed a contract with Fresh Market or Whole Foods, and they also purchased a Mexican food factory I think it's in Canada. So they're growing. So the possibilities for this company is endless. So I used to look at it, that stock, Tattoo Chef per se, and say, man, I'm down in this play heavy. I'm down several $1,000s, but I realize I need to buy it. And for a company to grow, they have to spend money. If they spend money, they're going to be doing, in some cases, stock offerings. That's where they sell their stock, in some cases, at a discount. And what that does is that beats up the stock. It causes the stock to go down. But as me and Savon discussed, you have other ways to make money. If the stock is going sideways, if the market is going sideways, you can do a little swing plays. Not everyone wants to do that. Some people day trade, some people do swings, or you can do options. I know Savon's been doing options lately. I've been doing options. If you believe in a stock, you believe that it's going up, you can buy what you call a call. You believe it's going up. If you believe a stock is going to get beat up a little bit more and it's going to go down, you can buy a put, right? And you could make money on a stock when it's going down, and you can make money on when the stock's going up. So that's what I've been doing. I've been buying options, and I've been buying the dips, and I've been dollar cost averaging. And I've been doing that with cryptocurrency as well, as far as buying the dips on cryptocurrency.
Okay. So as you were speaking and explaining that so well, I made sure I backed you up, and I just put a little writing in the chat. It says, if you buy stocks at a high price, begin to average down when the price drops. We are no financial advisors, so do your own research. So I just put that in the chat. Sorry.
Correct. And one thing I used to do, I just want to say this, I used to get so excited about the market when I first started. If say I fund my account with $500 or more, right? I just start buying like crazy, like it's a sale. But I realized you don't need to put that full $500 all at the same time. You just need to wait, because, and I know me and Savon had this discussion. If you notice in the morning, as soon as the market opens, I would say about 10:30, the market start going crazy. About 12 p.m., 1 p.m., it starts slowing down, because you have a lot of day traders. They're pumping it up. They're swinging it. They're buying and selling stocks rapidly. And then you notice it. And sometimes we get excited and we start buying it, and you get caught basically holding the bag, And that happened with SPRT. I was watching it in the pre-market. I'll give a perfect example. If you look at a chart, that stock went from $8 to $11 pre-market. By the time the market opened, it went down to, I think, close to 7. And I was ready to swing that play because I was going to make, some good money. But then I realized that, the stock was being a little manipulated, and it never went back up for the rest of the day to $11.
Yeah.
So you just got to pay attention to the games they play so you won't get caught, because they know a lot of new traders and beginning traders, or some folks who may not have knowledge or don't pay attention to that. We're quick to throw in our money. So again, the difference I'm doing is if I fund my account with $500, I'm not putting everything all at once. I basically nibble a little bit. I may buy $50 here, and I'll watch the stock for a few hours to see what it does, and then see if it pulls back, see if it goes up. So that's basically what I've been doing, dollar cost averaging.
Okay. All right. I want to address something that's on my mind, when it comes to watching people invest, and I get to learn from other people's mistakes and try not to make them, one thing that I want to talk about is, just the recognition of the opportunity that we have or have had over the years and currently on the stock market or with any investment that we do. But I want to use the stock market solely as example of where there's a lot of confusion, and I think it's very hard to find, the people that you definitely want in your life to support you. I believe that's a difficult thing to do. But we don't want to not take the time to research what we're doing and just listen to what, people say and make our decisions based off of what people say and not research. I think we need to understand that the stock market is a place where you can make money and lose money. There's a reason why stocks go up and stocks come down. There's opportunities up and there's opportunities down. So when we're investing, we can't invest expecting that because we put our money in that it has to grow. It doesn't have to grow. And what we have to understand is it's a business. So when you're doing business, you want to do the best business that you want to make the best business deal that you can make. So we can't put $10,000 in the market and we don't make money from our 10,000 and we blame the market. The market is there for the opportunity to build or to lose. And notice I say to build or to lose. It's not just to build, it's to also lose. In life, we are imperfect, so we don't just gain, we lose. We win, we lose. The NBA, our sports teams, for instance, when they play their games, they play to win, but they lose. They keep a record of their wins and losses. The stock market is no different. So if I want to buy a house and I have $40,000, but I want to put $100,000 on the home, and I put that $40,000 in the stock market in hopes that I'm going to gain, there's a chance that your money may go down. So what do I want to do with that 40,000? I want to make sure I'm really researching where I'm putting that money. The opportunity that's on the stock market is to research what you're investing in, because you could win or you could lose. When you lose, you have no one to blame but yourself. It's not somebody else's fault. It's you who invest your money based off of maybe going in blind and not doing research. Now, can you do your research and still lose? Of course. But in life, it's wins and losses. So I wanted to say that because we just have to understand that this is all a risk. But there's one thing that we have to have when we're risking, when we know it's a risk, there's one thing that we have to have, and it's faith. We have to have faith. That's the most important thing, is having faith. If I am investing in EOS and I say, you know what, by the history of EOS, it's going to go to $12, maybe $15. That's faith. That's me having faith in EOS. So now when I put my 40,000 and I need 100,000 to put a down payment on my $500,000 home or my $250,000 home, I invest my $40,000 with faith, understanding that EOS, which is now $5.89, is going to go to $12 to $15. That's either doubling my money or tripling my money. That's faith. How do I gain that faith? By paying attention to what that company is doing. My belief and my faith is in that company. That's a great investment because of my belief, my faith in that company. So again, I'm no advisor, but I'm sharing what I do. And I love having this channel so I can do that because we all need to help each other and nobody has to listen to me. But this channel served as motivation for me to be able to share my knowledge because I see what's working for me. I don't want to keep it to myself what works for me. So it's up to those who want to listen. But again, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just sharing what I'm experiencing. So my investment in a company like EOS, and again, I'm not telling you to buy EOS. I'm using EOS as an example that I'm investing in something that I know about. And my $40,000 is not going to go down in the drain. Why? Because of faith. I have the faith that it's going to go to $12 to $15. That's my faith in it. That's my belief. I don't want to take that 40,000 and put it in a company that somebody told me about and I haven't done my research. That's a guess. That's not faith, that's a guess. That's a bigger risk. I'm taking a risk, but I have faith. So I'm just sharing these examples because, a lot of times, a lot of people don't think that when you invest your money and you just trust in what someone says, or you just trusting that the market has been doing well because of COVID, or what's been happening, the market's been making a lot of people money. That's not the way this market works. The way that you make money is to invest in the right thing by doing the research and to have faith in the very thing that you're investing in. So it's an opportunity for you to win and lose. They wouldn't pay people millions of dollars if they were going to win all the time. They make money when they lose too. So why would you not have the same opportunity on the stock market to win or lose? We're not just going to come on the stock market to win. You go to court, there's two lawyers, one from each side. Somebody got to lose. And again, they're paying NBA players, NFL players, all kind of sports figures to win and to lose. People making millions of dollars to do that. Win and lose. It equals to the stock market. So if people are making money, our favorite players are winning and losing and still getting paid. So do your research and invest in the things that you have faith in. And again, I'm just sharing that because that's what I'm understanding about life, not even just the stock market, life. Life is this way. If I could definitely win it all, that would be great, but I already know that's not happening. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of fun in having faith because I win more than I lose, straight off of my faith in whatever I'm investing in. I've been investing now big time for 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And my faith has carried me to where I'm at today. And my faith has not failed me, even when I'm down. Even when the stock market goes up and down, my faith has not failed me. Alan, based off of what I just said, how do you feel as far as, having faith in the stuff that you invest in?
No, I Definitely understand what you're saying, and I definitely agree with what you said. I believe we had a discussion earlier during the week. You can't listen to too many people because some people will bring a lot of noise in your ear. Like I love some of my family members, but when I told them about some of the cryptocurrencies, they tell me, "Well, I read something that this is going to get pumped and it's going to drop down to eight cents." They told me that several weeks ago. It has not dropped 8 cents. You know, so what you say is true, Savon. It's just it's so much noise out there. Um, a lot of noise, whether it's social media and everything, and you just have to believe and make sure you follow a trusted voice or someone you can listen to and have enough intuition to decipher if someone's just trying to breed fear into you or just tell you something they just don't know, you know. So what you say is true. You just got to block out some of the noise. And if you do your research constantly and you believe in the stock, you believe in the coins or the cryptocurrency or the blockchain technology you're investing in, stick with that belief. Don't let too many people get in your ear, you know,
Yep.
because some of the biggest multi-millionaires and billionaires, a lot of people said they were going to fail. Elon Musk, you know, when he first started, a lot of people told him he's crazy. Who else? Mark Cuban. I follow him. I have a lot of respect for Mark Cuban because he believed in the internet when it was coming out. And a lot of people told Mark Cuban he was crazy, right? And look at the internet now. Everything we do is the internet. Everything we use is the internet. Every company, multi-billion-dollar companies, all they rely on the internet. They need it to get paid. The biggest store in the world is Amazon. What do they use? The internet. Without the internet, Amazon is nothing. They need the internet, right? But people were telling Mark Cuban, you crazy. The internet is not gonna, it's just a fad. And they're saying the same thing right now about cryptocurrency. They're saying it's a fad. And it's not until a bunch of people get rich, that's when everyone's gonna try to run and get on cryptocurrency. No, that's not when you get on it. You basically get on the wave when it is the wave. You don't get on when everyone's jumping on. And cryptocurrency is the future. Right now, we have an issue with inflation, right? And I'm the type of person, I'm so analytical. I pay attention to that stuff because I have kids. I go to the grocery store. I bought waffles for my kids the other day, and I said, man, these waffles were $4 for the whole pack the other day. Now I'm paying almost $5-6 for the waffles. People don't realize the government's giving free money, right? They're saying, hey, here's these stimulus payments. Everyone's like, yeah, we're getting some money or we're getting tax credits or whatever. But people don't realize that the price of everything is going up. So they're giving you $500, but they boosting the price of everything. So that $500 is going to mean nothing. And there's a lot of companies and organizations speaking out against cryptocurrency, but guess what they're doing in private? They're buying cryptocurrency. They're making big cryptocurrency investments because they know inflation is coming. No one can stop it. The price of everything is going up. Used cars, lumber. Right now, a lot of car companies have issues producing cars because they don't have enough what you call semiconductor chips, which are microchips used to, put in the car's computers. They have a very limited supply, So one of the biggest debates in, the Senate was cryptocurrency. They're trying to figure out how do we tax it and who should we tax for it. That's why cryptocurrency was so volatile. And that's why we have to do our research and pay attention to what the government's doing as far as regulation for it and as far as everything going on. Do your own research, trust in it. Don't listen to too many people who's saying this and that and whatever. They're not paying attention to everything that's happening. I know I'm paying attention to everything that's happening. And I know Savon does.
Yes, that's why we have our team, and we speak every day. All three of us that's on right now speaks every day, so that speaks volume, to the accomplishment, that we're going to have. And again, that's the faith that we talking about again. That faith is very important. We speak every day, Alan, every single day, and it's that faith why we speak every day because, we believe and we just put that faith in what we're investing in because we know We're not perfect, but we know, just like Mark Cuban knew, about the internet. He just knew. Now we're not going to let nobody creep into our mind and say, hey, we're imperfect, so we don't know. I'm going to say, get away from me. I know. It's with conviction. I know. Because last time I checked, in a perfect world, the things that they say is not coming usually comes. So I say, the heck with anyone who tells me no. I say yes. And if you want no to be your answer, then you take no as your answer. But my answer is yes. And it's as simple as that. That's my faith. It's yes. So when I say I'm going to believe and trust and have faith in EOS, that is going to go to $12 to $15 in the next couple of weeks, if not right away. I don't care if it go there 2 years from now. As long as it go there. That's my patience. And somebody else might be sitting there looking for it to go to $12 to $15 next week, because I said next week. But I also know that I'm smart, and I also know that I went to school, and I also know that things don't happen on my time, and I also knows that time heals everything. If I get a cut today, it ain't gonna heal tomorrow. If I get a cut today, I might say, you know what, in 3 days, this is gonna be gone. Because why? I know my body. I seen me get a cut year after year, time after time, and I see how long it takes for my cut to heal. So if I have a faith to tell somebody that this cut will be healed up in 2 days, that's my body. That's my belief. So if I'm saying that EOS is going to go to $12 to $15 the next 3 weeks or less, and for those who's watching me to call me a liar that it didn't go, remember that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just simply having faith in something that I believe in, and you don't have to follow me, because I'm just sharing, because sharing is caring, and I'm doing what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get to where I'm going to get to, and Alan will get to where he's going to get to, and Miss Cartier is going to get to where she's going to get to, because we all have faith. And if EOS is not $12 to $15 in the time frame that we have faith in that it's going to be, as long as I have faith that it's going to go there, I don't care when it goes, but it's going to go. As a matter of fact, when it goes, it might not even be $12 to $15. It might be $100. Know why it might be $100? Because 2 years from now, that $12 to $15 range that I said, if it don't go there overnight and it takes 2 years, it might be $2,000. I'm just saying. It's harps back to faith. And that's it for me. I'm finished right there. Ms. Cartier, you're muted. Do you have something to say?
No, I'm just listening you.
Oh,
Even
did I
if it
sound
takes 2 years. Even if it takes 2 years.
Yeah, did I sound convincing?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm convinced for myself and for you and for Alan. I'm convinced there. No one else is on this call right now, but I know we speak all the time. Me and you speak every day. Me and Alan speaks every day. And I know there's conviction in what we're doing. So again, we're not financial advisor, but every day that I get up and I speak to you, you hear it in my voice that I go through every single day knowing what's going to happen. And if some curveball is thrown my way, I'm still good with my belief of what I set out to do today, tomorrow, the next day, day before yesterday. I'm already believing no matter what curveball is thrown to me, I set it up in a way where if it ain't me, it's gonna be my son. If it ain't my son, it's gonna be my wife. If it ain't her, it's gonna be somebody else. But there's a circle that I've developed that is gonna benefit from all the hard work that I'm putting in, and there's a circle that Alan has that's going to benefit from all the hard work that he's putting in. And that's all you have to do is believe. That's it. Again, I'm no financial advisor. I'm just a believer. Alan, any last message before we sign off?
No, the last thing I just wanted to say is I just want to remind the listeners that the stock market and the people who manipulate it, they play on people's patience. And I know you touched on that. Who said it? Warren Buffett. I forgot how the saying goes. It basically says something like trading or the stock market is basically a transfer of wealth from the patient to from the impatient to the patient. So you're impatient, you don't believe in this stock and you sell, you take a loss, you just transferred money to someone else, you know? So that's why they use that saying. The stock market is the transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. If you're patient, you're eventually going to get rich.
Perfect.
That's all for me.
Perfect. Perfectly said. Exactly. Well said, Alan. Well said. As a matter of fact, can you say it one more time?
I'm going to let you say it just to make sure you were listening.
Hey, I was listening. You said.
Alan don't remember what he said. Word for word now.
Oh, you said Alan don't remember what he said?
He's going to say it, but not in the same way.
No, I'll say it in the same.
Well,
the stock market is the transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient.
Yep. And I'm nodding my head because that is so true. I see it every day because, my God, I see it every day with the people that I speak to. When you ask them, are you still invested? I just laugh. It's kind of funny because I'm like, more for me. Thank you. You know, so it's funny. It's funny to be honest. It's like when you talk about weeding out, man, listen, when I do my basketball tryouts and I try to pick my team, my winning team, who's gonna lose some games along the way, but we want to win more than lose. When I do my tryouts and I begin to pick the people that I want on my team, oh, trust me, sometimes I'm glad when somebody get out or get off. Trust me, some people you just want to weed them out and they just weed out themselves. You don't even have to weed them out yourself. They just do it themselves. The stock market reminds me of that. So it's not for everyone, you know, and definitely they know, like you just mentioned, Alan, they know that when a person come in, they peep how they move and they're out of there. They're out of there the same day sometimes. You know, they may even go back, they may even go out and come back a different day, or maybe come back, you know, here and there and, you know, just have the same thing happen to them over and over. Some people never learn too, so, you know, and some people stay away, you know. So I don't know what to say about people who stay away because currently, if you stay away, it's up to you. But I'm not staying away from something that happens in the world every day anyway. That means I want to stay away from life. I'm not trying to stay away from life. It's like every day there's a ups and downs because I'm living in this world. We got to go through ups and downs. So I'm not running from no opportunity, especially now that I know it, especially now that my eyes are open to what's happening. There's no way I'm running. You know, it's all about gain from here. Someone asked me the other day, someone asked me this question the other day. If I had $1 million, what would I do with it? And I said this. If I had $1 million, I would never, well, first of all, taxes would come out of it, and I would never spend a dime of it. So think about that. I would never spend a dime of it. Again, let me say that again. Someone said, if I had $1 million, what would I do with it? After taxes are out, when you pay the IRS, I would never spend a dime of it. Miss Cardia, can you tell me why I would never spend a dime of it?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you why I would never spend a dime of it. I would never spend a dime of it because I will be using other people's money. A lot of
Okay.
us don't think about that. If I come into $1 million after paying taxes, I would never spend a dime of it. I got it from investment and it's gonna stay where I got it from. What do I mean by that? I got it from investment and it's gonna stay an investment. So even if I take, let's just say my stocks went up and I decide to sell and I come away with $1 million and it is sitting somewhere to where it can continue to still make money. And I will borrow money till the day that I die. Because if I come in $1 million and I have to use any of it, because I said I wouldn't spend a dime of it, but let's just say I had to, let's just say my debt is $100,000 and I took $100,000 of it and I pay off all my bills. Now I owe nobody. I will get back in debt. But this time around, the debt that I'm going to get into, I'm going to be able to pay back with no problem. So if I borrow $200,000, you think I could pay it back? That's a question for you, Cardi. You think I could pay it back if I borrowed $200,000 from the bank?
If you
Remember,
get
I got, remember I got $1 million. Remember I got $1 million. Remember that key
yeah,
thing, I got $1 million. If I borrow 200,000 from the bank, you think I could pay it back? Yeah,
yeah,
I got $1 million. I could pay it back. So basically I could borrow that 200,000 and I could start a business. And if my business do what I set out for it to do, I'll be able to pay my loan back, probably not even touching my $1 million or my whatever is left of my $1 million using other people's money. You know what other way I can go about this? I can start a nonprofit, pay a few dollars to start a nonprofit, which is not that expensive. And I could have a cause to what I'm doing and I can go about asking for support. Remember that keyword support? I can ask for support towards my cause to help others, and people will give. People will give towards what it is you're doing to help others. So a lot of times, if you don't learn how to manage your money, a lot of times you're going to set yourself up for financial burden. But if you know how to use other people's money, you can set yourself up for a lot of financial opportunities and a lot of helpful people around you. It'll put a lot of helpful people around you. Because when people see you supporting others through a cause, they're going to want to be part of what you're doing to make a difference in this world. So at the end of the day, is it about the money? No. Because if someone had $1 million and you had a great cause and they were a billionaire, they'll gladly give you $1 million to support what it is you're doing if it makes sense. And if you have the proof of what you're doing that it's working. I use a good example. Kids are the future. Okay? And if you're doing something to benefit kids and an investor see that what you're doing is a great cause, they will support that. So that's what I mean by I would never spend a dime of what I have left from that $1 million because you should always find supportive people to put around you. That way, when you're doing something, they have no problem supporting you, whether it's time or money. And you'll never have to spend a dime. Even the bank will give you money, right? Even the bank will give you money. So that's something key for people to understand, is to understand when you have money, you don't even got to spend your money. Think about that. You don't even got to spend your money. I even give another quick example. I'm an NBA player and I walk into McDonald's and they recognize me as an NBA player. And they say, hey, and I say, hey, let me get a Happy Meal for my son. I walk in with my son. Let me get a Happy Meal, cheeseburger Happy Meal for my son. And the manager comes up and say, hey, Mr. Smith, let me just give this cheeseburger Happy Meal to your son. Thank you for showing up at our McDonald's. We appreciate that. People see me at the McDonald's, and McDonald's make a lot of money that day because famous old Savon happens to pop into McDonald's, got a free burger because I brought in a lot of customer because of my popularity. Bam, just help the store. Just help the store. Just help the store to make money. A lot of that can happen for a lot of us. Trust me. You don't even have to be famous to make a difference like that. You could be in your community doing that. People could know you in your community, but the world don't know you. And you can make a difference in your family. You can make a difference in your community. You can make a difference in a city. It's all about what you want to do and what cause you have, and people will support. That's it. You will never have to spend a dime of your money if you're doing things the right way. That's it. We're going to end there. Miss Cardia,
Yeah.
did you learn how you don't have to spend your money?
Yes, I do.
Be surprised.
I'm doing that now.
Whatever, jokester. Jokester. Hi, jokester.
Yes. But yes.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. You're funny. You're saying you're spending other people's money?
Of course. Yes.
So funny. Hey, Alan, I see you. We're gonna dip out. I see you on mute. Anything?
Nope, I'm just listening.
All right. Hey, man. We're out now. So have a good night. But well, one question, Alan, before you go. So, what do you think about what I just said about using other people's money, man? I mean, you're coming to $1 million. You really don't have to spend your $1 million. To be honest, if your credit is booming, you really don't have to spend your $1 million.
Well, I haven't done too much research on that aspect, but what you say is true. Because some of the biggest billionaires who invest in cryptocurrency, the people who got into it in the beginning, they advise, I'm gonna say they, because I'm not a millionaire yet, they advise or they recommend that you borrow against your cryptocurrency. So instead of spending it, for example, if you're an investor in Bitcoin and Bitcoin hits 500,000, as soon as you sell it, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, this is just what I'm researching. If you sell it, you have to pay taxes on it. But if you borrow against it, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So you don't have to go to the bank to borrow money. You can just borrow against your crypto assets. Because you don't get taxed on what you borrow. So if you borrow against your say your Bitcoin, or you stake it, I know apps like Coinbase allow you to stake your coins. Basically, you locking the coin in with them for a certain period, and they pay you a higher interest rate than the bank would pay you. So there's several ways to make money. Again, I'm still researching and learning, but that's another aspect. Selling it, you would get taxed. Borrowing against it, you would not get taxed.
Yep. And also, this is for me personally, but I know when I'm no longer on earth, I can't take no money with me. And let's just say I don't have nobody, no son, no wife, no this, no that. And I have $1 million or $1 billion, and I die. And I owe $1 billion, and I die. Who pays that back? Not a soul. Not a soul. I have nobody that they need to go find. Who pays that back? Nobody. If I have a wife and kids, and I'm a billionaire, and I hold $500,000 or $1 million, and I'm a billionaire, I'm borrowing money. I'm not using my money, using other people's money, but the money is there to pay it off. But I've been borrowing that money. But I don't borrow to where it puts me in debt to where I can't pay back. But I'm using other people's money within my means. And what I mean within my means, if I have $5 million and I budget and say, this is what I'm going to borrow. I'm going to borrow $500,000. I'm well within my means to pay that back. If I have $10 million and I borrow $1 million to buy the things that me and my family need, understanding that if anything happens to me, it all can be paid back. I'm using other people's money, knowing that it all can be paid back because I set myself up for wealth, generational wealth, and I borrow within my means to where if I'm dead and gone, it can be paid back. That is called managing your money. I can't take none of that money with me. But if I borrow other people's money, whether it's, well, with a nonprofit, you don't borrow, you just get. As long as you're doing a good cause, you just get. So you'll never owe nobody nothing. So even if I had $10 million and I decided to start a nonprofit organization, and let's just say my wife is in charge of running that, and she raising money and she raised millions of dollars, she don't owe nobody. She ain't borrow no money. She just got it based off of the cause. You just didn't borrow no money. You just got the money through support and helping someone else. It's amazing how helping someone can go a long way. I have this thing that says your change can change a child's life. Because I'm constantly getting change to change a child's life. For the program that I run, that I use basketball to help children, literally people give change that adds up to a good amount of money. Your change can change a child's life. So in our program, we charge $380 per kid. And I've seen people take change and pay $380. Change. Based off of the fact that they went to someone and say, or went in front of an opportunity they got where they could raise money to help their child and change that child's life so that child can play. Change. So again, whether you have a nonprofit to where you can get assistance to accomplish a goal that you have to help others, or you borrow money within your means to where you can pay it back and have no problem doing so, it's kind of a good thing to borrow money. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's kind of like a good thing to borrow. That way you still have your money. So it's very important. It's very, very important to educate yourself on finances. But that's it for me. That's it for me, guys. Have yourself a great night. And we're going to sign off.
Definitely. Have a good night.
All right, Alan. Thank you, man. We appreciate you. We'll speak tomorrow as usual.
Definitely. Definitely.
Have a good night, Alan.
Have a good night, Cardia.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I missed y'all.
Keep the faith.
Well, we're looking forward for more of these nights.
Definitely. Definitely.
All right. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a good night.
You as well. Have a good night.
All right.
Yes, Miss Stardier. So I'm gonna sign off and we'll talk in a few.
All right. Thanks to all our watching viewers. See you again next Sunday.
All right. Sweet. All
All
right,
right.
signing off.
Okay, bye.
Mhm.